The bell rings, echoing through polished halls that smell faintly of disinfectant and cheap perfume. Maya Torres, 17th, walks alone, her headphones hiding the noise but not the whispers. Every day is the same, mocking laughter that blends into the hum of teenage chaos. She keeps her eyes on the floor, her sketchbook pressed against her chest like armor. Olivia Grant, 18, struts past, her entourage orbiting like planets around a cruel sun. Maya feels their gaze burn into her back. Someone bumps her shoulder, hard. A muffled laugh. She doesn't look up. She's mastered invisibility, but invisibility has a price. When a phone camera catches her tripping over a backpack and the laughter explodes online, something inside her fractures. Silently, deeply. For the first time, she sketches not beauty, but fury. The next morning, the whispers are louder. Screens glow with her fall, shared, mocked, memed. Maya walks through the same hallway, her face pale but her spine straighter than before. Every laugh hits her differently now, less like a cut, more like fuel. She doesn't delete the video. She watches it once, eyes steady, memorizing each sneer. Then she sketches it. Every cruel face, every frozen smirk. Somewhere deep inside, something shifts. Anger, no longer fear, fills the silence. She's not sure what she'll do yet, only that she will never let them break her again. In art class, Mrs. Hand circles between easels, pausing behind Maya. The paper is dark with graphite, lines jagged, faces twisted. The teacher says nothing, only places a hand on her shoulder. For a heartbeat, Maya feels seen, and that alone steadies her. Across the room, Olivia snickers, whispering to her friends. But Maya doesn't flinch. Her pencil moves slower, surer. For the first time, she's not drawing to escape, she's drawing to confront. Lunch breaks used to be survival drills. Now Maya chooses a table near the window. Alone, yes, but not defeated. She opens her sketchbook, sketching fast, bold, angry. Each laugh that echoes in the cafeteria becomes another line, another weapon. Theo sits a few tables away, camera in hand. Their eyes meet briefly. No words, just a shared quiet that feels like recognition. She wonders if he knows. She hopes he doesn't, but also, somehow she hopes he does. That night, she rewatches the video. The laughter still hurts, but something's different. She's no longer afraid of it. She sees the cracks in their faces, the insecurity behind cruelty. She turns the video off, looks at her mirror, and whispers, "Enough." Her reflection doesn't flinch. For the first time, she believes her own voice, and when she opens her sketchbook again, the lines are smoother, stronger. Her pain no longer consuming her, but transforming into strength. Days pass, and the laughter doesn't fade. It mutates. Hallways echo with whispers that have grown sharper. Online posts twisted into crueler versions of the same humiliation. Maya sits through classes as if underwater, her focus fragmented. One morning, she finds her locker defaced. Crude words scrawled in red marker, her drawings torn and scattered like confetti. For a moment, the silence inside her screams. She kneels, gathering the torn pages, her fingers trembling, but her jaw locked tight. Theo stands down the hallway, watching helplessly, unsure how to bridge the gulf between courage and fear. Maya's eyes flick up just once, meeting his. And in that moment, she decides. They will not own her story anymore. That afternoon, Maya hides in the art room long after the final bell. The sun hangs low, painting the walls in amber and dust. Mrs. Han finds her there, surrounded by fragments of torn drawings. The teacher doesn't ask what happened. She simply sits beside her. "When people destroy your art," she says softly, "they're afraid of what it says." Maya doesn't answer, but her hand grips a pencil like a weapon. Her tears dry quietly. replaced by a cold steadiness. For the first time, she sketches from memory, not beauty, not pain, but truth. Her lines carve through the paper like defiance. Word spreads that Maya's locker was trashed, but no one admits to doing it. Olivia and her friends act innocent, laughing louder than usual. When Maya enters the cafeteria, conversations hush for a second before resuming in cruel murmurs. She sets down her tray, untouched, and stares straight ahead. Theo joins her, his voice barely above a whisper. "You shouldn't eat alone." She almost smiles. But the moment shatters when Olivia walks past and accidentally spills soda over Maya's sketches. The room freezes. Maya doesn't move, just looks up, her expression unreadable. Olivia expects tears. Instead, she gets silence, the kind that unnerves even the boldest bully. That evening, Maya walks home under a heavy sky, her steps echoing against the cracked pavement. She passes a mural she once admired, bright colors now faded by time and rain. For the first time, she sees herself in its chipped layers, something once vibrant, now worn but still standing. She stops, touches the peeling paint, and exhales slowly. The storm that's been building inside her isn't breaking her, it's shaping her. She takes a photo of the mural and whispers, "Not done yet." Her voice sounds strange to her, stronger than she remembers. Behind her, thunder rolls like applause. That night, Theo messages her for the first time. "I saw what they did. You didn't deserve it." She stares at the screen, unsure how to respond. Words have always failed her, but drawings never have. She sends a picture, a new sketch of a hand rising from ashes. Minutes later, his reply appears. "That's powerful." For the first time in weeks, she smiles. Outside, rain begins to fall, tapping against the glass like applause from the universe. In her room, surrounded by paper and pain, Maya begins to create again, not as the bullied girl, but as the artist who refuses to be erased. Morning light filters through the classroom windows as Maya sits alone, sketchbook open, hands steady. Her drawings have changed. Gone are the faceless shadows and shattered lines. Now, her pages are alive with fire, wings, and rebirth. Mrs. Han pauses beside her, saying nothing, just smiling softly as she recognizes the transformation. When Maya looks up, she catches her reflection in the glass. A girl she barely knows, eyes sharp, posture steady. The whispers still follow her, but now they seem smaller, hollow. Olivia passes by, muttering something under her breath. Maya doesn't react. The power in ignoring her feels like victory. The silence she once hid behind has become her strength. After school, Theo waits outside by the mural Maya once touched. He's holding a camera, nervous, unsure if showing up was the right choice. When Maya arrives, sketchbook in hand, she tilts her head, amused. "You're stalking me now," she teases lightly. He laughs, surprised she's joking. They spend the next hour filming her sketches against the mural, capturing the way her art breathes against the world. For the first time, she speaks about what happened, her words halting, raw. Theo listens, not with pity, but with admiration. "They don't get to define your story," he says. She looks at him, then at her camera reflection, and for the first time believes it. That night, Maya watches the short video Theo sent her, a sequence of her sketches fading into each other, ending with her eyes staring into the camera. Unafraid. It's beautiful, painful, honest. For the first time, she sees herself not as a victim, but as an artist. Her heart races, not from fear, but from possibility. The world that once suffocated her now feels like an open space waiting to be filled. She uploads the video to her private art account, then hesitates and makes it public. Within minutes, the first comment appears. "This is incredible." She exhales, realizing she's not hiding anymore. By the next morning, her video spreads. Students watch it between classes. Some whisper, Others stare in silence. The art speaks louder than gossip ever could. Even Olivia sees it, her smirk faltering as she scrolls. Maya doesn't hide anymore. She sketches in open hallways, her music playing through her headphones like armor. When Mrs. Han finds her, she simply says, "Your truth is your weapon." Maya smiles, for the first time unafraid to meet her own reflection. She's not the girl in the video anymore. She's the artist who made it. Late that evening, Maya walks to the art room again. The walls feel different now, alive, waiting. Mrs. Han greets her with a gentle nod and gestures toward the large canvas waiting on the easel. "You're ready," she says. Maya doesn't ask what for. She just starts painting. Each brushstroke is a memory rewritten. A fall, a laugh, a scar turned to light. Hours pass unnoticed. When she finally steps back, she sees it. A girl made of flame and ash rising above a sea of faceless figures. She wipes her eyes and smiles through tears. For the first time, she's painted her truth. The morning after her painting is complete, Maya carries it to school. Her masterpiece, a storm on canvas. The moment she steps through the doors, heads turn. Some whisper in awe, others in confusion. Olivia's laughter falters when she sees it. A burning figure rising above shadowed faces, their outlines hauntingly familiar. "You think this makes you special?" Olivia sneers. Maya doesn't respond. She sets the painting against the hallway wall, tapes a note beneath it. Silence doesn't mean weakness. For the first time, the hall goes quiet. Even the bullies have no words. By lunch, the entire school has seen the painting. Photos spread online faster than the cruel video ever did. This time, though, the comments are different. Admiration, apology, even guilt. Olivia scrolls through her phone, her jaw tightening. Maya eats with Theo by the window, sketchbook open between them. "You really did it," he says quietly. She shakes her head. "Not yet, but I will." Outside, wind ripples through the autumn trees, scattering golden leaves across the courtyard. It feels like something has shifted, not just around her, but within. She's no longer survived. She's changing the narrative. Moral. Later that week, Mrs. Han approaches Maya after class. The community center's hosting a youth art showcase, she says, sliding a flyer across the table. "You should enter." Maya hesitates, heart pounding. She's used to her art being private, secret, safe. But this would mean stepping into the light completely. That night, she sketches late into the evening, planning a new piece. It isn't about revenge anymore. It's about voice. Her voice. The one that can't be erased, mocked, or silenced. The one she's finally learned to trust. When the day of the showcase arrives, Maya stands backstage, heart racing. Students and parents fill the community center, their chatter echoing off painted walls. Her painting stands tall under the lights, colors alive and defiant. Olivia and her friends appear in the crowd, pretending not to care, but their eyes linger too long. Theo gives Maya a small nod from across the room. Steady, reassuring. Mrs. Han's voice in her mind whispers, "Your truth is your weapon." When her name is announced, she steps forward. Her hands shake, but her voice doesn't. After the showcase, the crowd buzzes with praise. Maya's painting becomes the night's centerpiece, its power undeniable. Olivia leaves quietly, unable to meet anyone's eyes. Theo finds Maya near the exit, still dazed by it all. "You realize what you've done?" he asks. She shrugs, smiling faintly. "I told the truth outside." Cool night air rushes against her face. She looks up at the stars and laughs softly. Not because she's won, but because she's finally free. For the first time, the silence inside her feels peaceful. By Monday, the art showcase has become the talk of the school. Maya's painting floods social media. Screens once used to humiliate her now spread her strength. In the same hall where she once fell, She walks taller. Students nod as she passes. Some whisper apologies. Even those who never noticed her before seem changed by what she's done. Olivia, meanwhile, avoids her gaze. Her laughter has quieted, her orbit fractured. Still, Maya feels no satisfaction in that, only release. The storm that once lived inside her now rests like calm after rain. She no longer needs revenge. She's already won. Olivia scrolls through her feed, jaw tight as she sees hundreds of comments praising Maya's art. Every post feels like a mirror turned against her. Her friends, once loyal shadows, have drifted away, their loyalty shifting with the wind. Alone in the cafeteria, she stares at the same screen that once carried Maya's fall, now filled with her rise. For the first time, she feels the sting of the silence she once gave. Across the room, Maya sits with Theo, laughing softly. Olivia lowers her phone, realizing too late that cruelty doesn't grant power. It exposes empty. Theo films a new project inspired by Maya's story. His camera follows her through familiar hallways, now symbols of transformation. He doesn't script her words, he just lets her speak. I used to think silence was safety, Maya says to the lens, voice steady. But silence protects no one, it only feeds them. Her words linger as students pass behind her, some listening, some pretending not to. When he stops recording, she exhales softly, smiling. That's the ending, she says. Theo nods, but he knows it's not an ending. It's a beginning. Later that week, Maya finds Olivia waiting by her locker. For a long moment, neither speaks. The hallway buzzes faintly, then quiets as Olivia takes a shaky breath. I'm sorry, she says, simple, unsteady, human. Maya studies her face, searching for the malice that once lived there but finds only exhaustion. I know, Maya replies softly. No bitterness, no vengeance, just truth. They part ways. Two girls changed by the same storm, standing in different lights. Maya doesn't look back. Some forgiveness isn't for others, it's for yourself. That night, Maya paints again. Not for class, not for defiance, but for peace. Her brush glides across the canvas with slow precision, blending blues and golds into harmony. Her music hums softly in the background, window open to the cool autumn air. She thinks about everything. The cruelty, the silence, the rise, and feels something rare. Gratitude. Every scar became a line in her story. Every whisper let her hear. She sets down her brush, studies the finished work, a self-portrait, serene, unbroken. She smiles not for the world, but for herself. The art showcase returns for a second month, this time by invitation. Maya's pieces hang in the center gallery, illuminated beneath soft spotlights. Her story has become the heartbeat of the school's transformation. Students, once silent about their own pain, begin sharing, painting, filming, writing. Principal Reed even visits, awkwardly praising the creativity, without grasping the revolution it represents. As Maya stands before her collection, she feels the ripple of change spreading, one voice sparking dozens more. What began as self-defense has become something far greater. A movement made of truth. Theo's short film premieres alongside Maya's paintings. The lights dim and her voice fills the room. The same words she spoke into his camera. Silence protects no one. The crowd sits in stillness, the weight of her truth pressing into every corner. When the lights rise again, Maya's eyes glisten. Theo looks at her from across the aisle, smiling softly, knowing what this moment means. For her, it isn't fame or validation, it's closure. Every frame's a piece of her heart. She refused to let the world erase. The next morning, messages flood Maya's inbox. Not mockery this time, but gratitude. Strangers share their own stories of bullying and silence. Some are angry, others inspired, all connected. Maya reads each one carefully, replying when she can. The same network that once weaponized her pain has become her stage for healing. She posts one final message. Art doesn't fix what's broken, but it helps us build something new. The post goes viral. For the first time, she doesn't hide behind her art. She stands inside it. When Maya returns to school, the walls seem different, brighter somehow. A new mural is being painted near the courtyard, this time by a group of students. She stops to watch as Theo adds color to the sky, his smile warm under the afternoon sun. Olivia arrives, hesitates, then joins in, handing Maya a brush. The air between them is fragile but real. Together they add strokes of gold to the mural, tiny, luminous fragments of forgiveness. No cameras, no audience, just color, motion, and peace. That evening, as the mural dries, Maya walks home under fading light. She stops by her reflection in a storefront window and barely recognizes the girl staring back. Her shoulders no longer slouch. Her gaze no longer hides. She remembers every fall, every cruel laugh, and realizes they've all become brushstrokes in her masterpiece. The city hums softly around her, alive and forgiving. She whispers, "Thank you." Not to anyone in particular, but to the journey itself. The truth no longer hurts. It heals. A month later, the mural is complete. Students stop to admire it each morning, tracing their hands along its bright colors. Maya's phoenix spreads across the center, wings rising into a painted dawn. For once, she doesn't feel the need to hide behind her art. It stands for her, breathing with every sunrise. Mrs. Han watches her from a distance, smiling quietly, knowing she has nothing left to teach that life hasn't already shown. Maya walks past a group of freshmen whispering her name, not in mockery, but in admiration. She smiles, realizing the cycle has broken. The silence is no longer a wound, it's peace. College acceptance letters arrive, thick envelopes spilling out futures in ink and hope. Maya opens hers slowly, fingers trembling, not from fear, but disbelief. A full shop for art and design. She laughs through tears, the sound sharp and alive. Theo films the moment, grinning behind the camera. "Told you the world would see you," he says. She wipes her eyes. "No," she answers softly. "I finally saw myself." The room fills with sunlight, like the universe nodding in agreement. Graduation day arrives beneath a clear blue sky. The courtyard is alive with color, gowns, laughter, and flashes of cameras. Maya stands among her classmates, cap in hand, her family cheering from the crowd. When her name is called, she walks the stage, not as the girl who fell, but as the one who rose. In the audience, Olivia claps quietly, a small smile on her face. Theo records from the front row, eyes bright. As Maya shakes Principal Reed's hand, she feels weight lift. Every cruel word, every sleepless night, none of it owns her anymore. That night, the sky blooms with summer stars. Maya and Theo sit on the hood of his old car, parked on a hill overlooking the city lights. Neither speaks much. They don't need to. The silence feels different now, filled with shared memories and unspoken gratitude. "Do you ever think about how it all started?" Theo asks. Maya nods, eyes reflecting constellations. "Sometimes, but I like where it led." She leans back, breathing in the night air. The city hums below them, and for the first time, her heart feels entirely unburdened. Months later, Maya stands in her dorm studio, canvases leaning against every wall. Her new life hums around her. Laughter from the hall, music from another room, brushes drying in jars. She paints a final piece before unpacking completely. A young girl walking through a hallway of shadows, head held high, a single beam of light guiding her forward. When she finishes, she steps back and smiles. It's not just a memory, it's a promise. She signs her name boldly at the bottom. Maya Torres, survivor, artist, free.